Hi, Internet viewers. This is Frank Rauscher again. We're proceeding on. We had got the head out. We got the wings out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start on the tail. The last time, on the last video, we thinned this out in this area right here on the wren. And now what we're going to do is we're going to proceed on, and I'm going to show you how to mark out the feather pattern for the top of the feather. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to bring the camera down again and we'll proceed on. And I'm going to try, I hope you can see this within the framework of the camera here. So I will start with the top feather, and I'm going to swing this around because it's easier for me to draw, but it narrows in up at the end of the tail here, not the top here. And then it widens as it goes out. So here we go. I'm going to start roughly not quite 1/8 of an inch out. And then I'm going to spin out a little wider. And then I'm going to pull it in. Well, maybe I'm getting a little wide there. I'm going to pull this in right at the top of the tail and then come around again. And I want to make the same width on both sides. So I'm making this symmetrical about the center line, okay? And then what we're going to try to do is get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if I have a... Excuse me 1 minute. I want to get a little sharper point on my pencil. Back again. There we go. Oh, and the thing I mentioned before was you do want to sand this surface really good. I got a piece of sandpaper, came in, really got this so it's nice and smooth, so I can draw on it and it doesn't have too many bumps or, irregularities, so that you can draw this as if like you're drawing on paper, okay? So I'm going to start. These sort of piggyback off, so again, they're thin at the bottom. And we got to get 5 of them in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are going to be close. Let me do something else too, which you don't see. I'm going to put my optivisor on, and that's going to help me see better. And I hope you guys can see this as well. I'm going to piggyback off of here, come out, maybe a 1/16 or so. I'm coming up here and then turning in. So that's 1. Then I'm going to come out, and this is going to drop off. If you notice, it comes in just a little bit more on each one so that it gets shortened up. But it gets longer down in here, you'll see. So I'm coming up on this one. It gets a little wider. Lines up with that one. I think what I did when I sharpened this tip is fluctuating. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to sharpen another pencil and see if this doesn't hold up. There we go. I like to have a nice sharp point. Apologize for that interruption there, but a nice sharp point gives me more accuracy when I draw. Now I'm coming off of this one, and if you notice, I'm lowering the profile from the edge here. Comes around. This here is even tighter. So you got 1, 2, 3. Then I get 1 more. This is 4. comes out. And 5 is at the very end. And that's going to slide in right here. Okay? And that's your edge right there that you don't see, maybe. Now, I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to draw the same thing that I did on this side. So I think it's a little easier for me to do this way. So I'm in tight here, flare out a little bit, and then meet it. And I'm going to come back down a little lower than the other one. Come in here, flare out a little bit more. That's 2. And I'm going to come down a little bit more. And I'm going to send this one straight on down. That's 3. And on this one, this will be 4. And then the 5th one is right on the edge. So that'll be right there. And it comes down and finishes. Remember that arc we did back here? That's where we're trying to end up at. All these will lead right up to that arc. Okay? So, doing that, what I'm going to ask you to do, and I'm not going to do it all here on the video, you do not want to burn the center line in, but what you're doing is you're going to come in and you're going to track all the lines that we drew in here. You're going to burn them in now. Okay, so I will do a couple of them here so that you can follow me. And when you get to the end, I usually stop so I can track myself some more. Turn it around, and I'll come around this way. And track myself down, follow the pencil line right on down. Take your time, go nice and slow. And when you get to the arc, you stop, okay? I don't know what happened over here, but I'll hit that just one more time. Now, for the next one, I'll take this side and do it. I'm going to lay this right here. And burn right on the pencil line. And then I'll come up here. And I'll piggyback that right off. Around. Right onto that line. Okay, so that's 2. Then grab this one. You gotta take your time because we are really in a tight spot here. These are not big feathers at all because the wren tends to pull its tail feathers together, but that doesn't mean that they can't separate them out. If I had made this bigger, I could have made them flare out more. So these are things you can do if you ever wanted to change the bird's disposition or thickness. The tail feathers could be even wider. I just happen to pick this width, but they can spread out wider and they can even pull it in thinner too, okay? So don't feel as though everything is cast in concrete here. It isn't. It really isn't. And I'm noticing maybe down by where the arc is, I have, instead of the feathers going straight in, they're sort of lifting. So we'll adjust to that when I come down here and do these coverts right in here. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that because there's too much material right in here. If you look at this in a profile position, there's a hump right here. That has to go. We'll get that out of there though. But right now we're just trying to develop the tail feathers, and that isn't so critical. Okay, and then we get another one right in here. Yep. That's coming up. Turning in. Then I'm going to just come out here and just burn that little bit right at the end. Now you're going to burn the other side the same way. And then the last thing we want to do is you can get a safe end, like I was showing you earlier, which is the diamond with the safe end. Or you can get the bullet. This is the diamond bullet. And I like to use this, but you need a steady hand to do it. And what I'm going to do is undercut this first, not the top feather, but the feathers next to it. And I undercut that. Now, if you notice, I'm angling this bit downward. So if I lose something on the burn, you can come back and reburn it. But initially here, I'm trying, because everything's dropping off, it tends to let you get these out of here fairly comfortable. Then I'm going to undercut these a little bit more just to give it some more depth. Okay, just on the ends here. Just on the ends. Not trying to go real deep. So when I look at this is coming down, but then it's humped up. So we will adjust this later. But if you can accomplish this much, mark them in, and then undercut, burn them in, and then stage them down so that they're going this way, and then do the same thing on the other side. That'd be great. And what we'll do on the next video, we will come in and I will show you how to reduce this material off of here, and then we're going to reduce the material behind here in a controlled fashion, and we will try to address the rump a little bit better, and I'll show you how to do that. But the first thing whenever you're doing a tail, I always approach the top first and then go to the bottom afterwards. Once we have all this out, then I'll show you how to reduce this down, okay? And so if you got something out of this, and I hope you enjoyed it, I would ask you to give me a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that too. I'm trying to think of what I had to say here as I'm getting there, you know. And if you ever need anything, you know, as far as the kits, the patterns, or anything else like that, I do have them available. So please contact me through my email address in my comments section, and I'll get back to you. And if I can help you out on anything where you may have some questions where I didn't clarify exactly how things should be going, please get back to me on that, okay? Again, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next video.